Welcome to our special program previewing the Longines International Jockeys Championship for 2021. I'm Andrew Lejeune. Now we've got a stellar lineup featuring established greats and riders in red-hot recent form as well, contesting the Longines IJC at Happy Valley on Wednesday night, the 8th of December. The Longines IJC again lives up to its reputation as the premier contest of its kind on the global calendar. It's the most prestigious jockeys challenge in the world and the most lucrative as well. 4 races are worth a combined 6.2 million Hong Kong dollars in prize money, and there's a total prize fund of $800,000 as well to be split between the 3 most successful riders, with $500,000 going to the leading rider, and then $200,000 and $100,000 going to second and third, respectively. Back to Happy Valley, though, on Wednesday night, and the star-studded lineup for this year's Longines International Jockey Championship. A great lineup this year, including Lexi Bedell, third in the IJC last season, firmly established as one of the region's leading riders now, including success in the Chairman's Sprint Prize last season with Wellington. Mikel Barcelona for France, leading jockey in the region in 2021, the season capped with a great success on Sealaway on British Champions Day. Holly Doyle back for the IJC as well. She enjoyed success last year and also finished third. She's had a great season, once more teaming up with Trushan. Back-to-back victories in the Long Distance Cup for him. Lyle Hewitson, a 3-time champion of South Africa, enjoyed success in Japan. He's back here to ride in Hong Kong. Vincent Ho for Hong Kong, of course. 5 Group 1s last season, always associated with a mighty Golden 60, who's back to defend his mile crown on the weekend at Sha Tin. Yuga Kawada, the 2019 World All-Star Jockeys champion, fresh from success in America, where he scored on Love's Only You at the Breeders' Cup meeting. She is running a final race at Sha Tin on Sunday. Damien Lane, with an impressive 23 Group 1s to his name, has had a fantastic season, has teamed up in Japan and with Japan. He'll be riding Salios in the mile come Sunday at Sha Tin. Tom Marquand, who's third in the British Championship this season, had a great year again. He's back for his second try at the IJC, and he's sticking around for the weekend. He rides Dubai Honour in the Cup. James McDonald, a 5-time Sydney champion jockey representing New Zealand, had a record-breaking spring, capped off with victory in the Melbourne Cup. And of course, Ryan Moore, who regained his crown as the Longines World Best Rider this year. He's a 2-time winner of the IJC, and of course will be sticking around to ride on the weekend as well. Joe Moreira, a 4-time Hong Kong champion jockey, including last year's derby with Sky Darcy, who also lines up on Sunday. Joe won the IJC back in 2012. And finally, Zach Burton, last year's IJC champion. He also won it in 2017, so looking for a record-equaling third victory. He's back on the weekend riding 4 horses for Hong Kong on Sunday. Now, we're meeting a number of those jockeys very shortly, but today we're also delighted to have the CEO of the Hong Kong Jockey Club, in Mr. Winfred Engelbert Breskes, to share with us on the vision of organising the world-class global racing event. So, Winfred, if you'd like to join me on this stage, thank you.
Good to see you.
You as well. It's a busy week, of course, but you must be delighted to be in the position we are once more, to be welcoming back the colour of a horse we have, the trainer and jockeys as well. Not for just the IJC, but the weekend also.
I think it is probably the best we could hope for. And if you see the circumstances under which we hold this, first of all, I think we have to thank the government for the trust, because giving us this permission to hold this event in a significant COVID situation. But we have a proven record. We proved it last year. We are standing for excellence, and therefore we again further created this closed loop system. And we have always guiding principles, and the guiding principle is none of our activities can create a public health risk. None of our activities can create any risk for our employees, jockeys, trainers, and customers. So that has led to this arrangement. But we were able to attract some of the best horses and jockeys around the world because we have trust, and that is the basis for our success.
You mentioned some of the horses there, with all the racing fans around the world tuning in this week to catch up with some of their favourites. They're having their final, some of them are having their final starts here this weekend as well. Who are some of the horses that have caught your eye so far?
So I went to the race card, but I went this morning to track work. And being a little bit patriotic, I think Golden 60 looks in magnificent shape. But if you look at the opposition we have in all races, and if you start with the sprint, for example, I think probably one of the most exciting horses in Japan, the 3-year-old sprinter Pixie Knight, who is by Maurice, former winner of Group 1 races here in Hong Kong. If you look at Den and Smash, I think, who tries to repeat his success. If you look at Glory Vase, I think it's fantastic. If you look at the mile, in a way, we have with Den and Kingly, a very, very good horse, who finished second in the Japanese Derby and winner of the Yoshida Kinane. And we have some fantastic horses coming from Great Britain, a Pile Driver, who looks in magnificent shape. So I think we will look for really a spectacle of exceptional horses.
Hong Kong's obviously regarded as one of the leading racing jurisdictions in the world. So how important is this week to the club itself?
I think the Longines Hong Kong International Races is one of our key brands. And it is a huge competition for top horses. And in competition, you always have to improve. So therefore, you have to be out there. You have to attract the best horses around the world. And this is the global focus. And this is one of the very, very few sporting events Hong Kong has, where the whole world is watching. And for our brand, therefore, staging this event, showing our partnership with Longines, and showing that our sport is really world-class, that's in the end which we live for.
I'm assuming planning for this year almost started immediately after last year had finished. So how satisfying is it for you to see it all come together again, because we're still within certain restrictions with COVID-19? That must be very gratifying.
I can only say we have a fantastic team, because this is our spirit of play to win. We took probably 2 weeks rest after the last international race meeting, and then we planned for the FWD. But we knew, especially when you look at June, July, that the challenges to keep this race meeting going is even bigger than last year. And the effort we have taken, we have not really one step, every step we went through, and to pull this off and to get the permission of the government to hold such a sporting event, and seeing the huge attraction from international runners, because attracting 19 horses from 4 different countries in COVID, I think is an amazing achievement of our team.
Last year, we were tied with the fact that there weren't many racing fans on course, unfortunately. Is that going to be different? Because fans do make such a difference, don't they, on the track on the big days?
I think last year it was a very, call it, sterile environment. So I could practically greet every customer myself. It was between 150 to 250 attendants. But this year, I think I'm happy to report, Shartin, we are expecting around 17,000 to 18,000 people. And Happy Valley is already completely sold out with 7,600. And our racing fans in Hong Kong, they are our greatest asset. And that they be able to see this live, see the best horses around the world, and creating definitely a fantastic atmosphere is really a credit to the team and gratifying.
Yeah, well, enjoy this week. I know it's a very busy week for everyone, but hopefully you get to enjoy it as well. Thank you for your time today, and we're going to be looking out for those horses on the weekend that you've spied at track work for us.
Definitely.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Winfried. The exciting lineup of the IJC this year includes 3 previous winners of the world's most coveted Jockey Challenge crown, including Zach Purton and reigning Hong Kong champion jockey in Joe Moreira, both multiple champions on the world's most intensely competitive circuit. Reigning Longines IJC champion Zach Purton and Ryan Moore will both chase a record-equalling 3rd IJC title. I'm pleased to say now we're joined by Australian jockey in Damien Lane, who's joining the contest for the first time. The 27-year-old rider has firmly established himself as one of the world's rising talents, winning 3 out of the 4 legs of Australia's racing's Grand Slam by securing the Golden Slipper aboard Kamichi, Caulfield Cup aboard Murder Glass, and WS Scott Plate with Luce Gracieux in 2019. Damien, thank you for joining us. How are you settling in, first and foremost?
Thanks for having me, Andrew. Settling in really well. Got in last night and was able to get out the track work for a little look this morning and settled into the hotel room now.
Fantastic. Now, I know you're sticking around for Sunday. We'll talk about your Sunday rides in a moment. But firstly, the IJC on Wednesday night, you're first. And seems like you've drawn quite a good book of rides. I don't know how deeply you've delved into the form as yet, but more than one person's told me that you might be the winner this year.
Well, I'm hoping so. Obviously, just very privileged to be a part of the IJC. As you said, my first time competing in this series. And as you touched on also, I've drawn some really nice rides. So really looking forward to getting into the action.
One of the really good ones is California Sibyl in the last leg, if it comes down to the last leg. I don't know if you remember this horse when he was racing in Australia, but he's made a really quick impact here in Hong Kong and could give you a real good chance in that final leg.
Yeah, exactly. He's drawn a touch trickies, but he's obviously performed very well since he's been here in Hong Kong, and he looks like he's improving all the time, which is a big plus.
Now, on the weekend, you ride Salios. Now, this is a horse you've actually ridden in Japan as well. You runner-up in the Guineas in the Derby. Was that right behind Contrail? So you must have high hopes for him into the weekend. And the trainer knows what it takes to win one of these HKR races as well, Noriyuki Hori, who's been here with Maurice and Satono Crown in the past.
Yeah, exactly. Hori Sensei is one of the best at his craft, and I've partnered Salios on a number of occasions now. Won his first start at Tokyo, and then, as you said, placed behind Contrail twice in Group 1. So really looking forward to teaming back up with him, and he looked in fantastic order this morning. So, I think he'll compete really well.
You've obviously got to respect the local champion here in Golden 60, but you come here with thinking you've got a life chance? Yeah,
I do. I really believe he does. Obviously, Golden 60 is going to be awfully hard to beat, but I think if anyone can do it, it'll be a Japanese runner, and he's as good as any of them in the race.
Now, you've obviously enjoyed success with the Japanese horses when they've travelled to Australia. You've had great stints in Japan as well, winning Grade 1 contests there. I know it's a very hard thing to condense into a sentence, but how do they keep doing it? Because they've just been to America as well, to the Breeders' Cup meeting. They come to Australia, they go to Europe as well, they come here to Hong Kong. What's the secret, I think, for the Japanese success?
Just the quality of horse, and I think the understanding that they have of their horses and that understanding of how to travel them. They obviously travel really well, and their horses obviously as good a cattle as there is anywhere in the world.
Well, best of luck on the weekend, Damien. On Wednesday night as well at the IJC Challenge, I'm sure you'll go very well.
Thank you.
Well, our thanks to Damien Lane. I'm pleased to say we'll be talking to James McDonald very shortly, who joins the star-studded list once more. He's performed at an exceptional level again this year. Of course, McDonald, hailing from New Zealand originally, recently broke the record for the most wins Melbourne Cup week. And it now stands at 10, breaking the previous record, which was 9, which was held by Brett Prebley. Won the Melbourne Cup that week as well. So, very pleased to say, James McDonald joins us from his hotel room as well. And James, thanks for your time. Travel okay? Settling in all right?
Yeah, absolutely, Andrew. No, all's good, and got here yesterday, so got a COVID test this morning, and now locked away.
Excellent. Well, we're looking forward to seeing you on Wednesday night, and it's just Wednesday. You're not sticking around for the weekend. Off the back of such a big year they've had with all these big wins, with the Melbourne Cups, Everests, and those sort of things, how much does an event like riding at the IJC mean to you? Because it hasn't been a straightforward task just to come here to ride for this night.
No, it hasn't. But it's obviously a meeting that we would love competing at. Had a little bit of luck in the past over the years, and I definitely wasn't going to miss it. That's for sure, unless things dramatically changed in the last 2 weeks. But it didn't, thankfully. So we're here, and unfortunately can't stay till Sunday. So that was a bit unfortunate, but hopefully we'll be back again anyway.
All right, well, maybe you can make it count on Wednesday night. You've had a chance to look at your rides. I thought it was quite an even 4 horses that you've drawn. Wild West Wind, Sacred Ibis, Invincible Missile, and Jinson as well. You could give them all some sort of chance, couldn't you?
Yeah, they look little chances for sure. Obviously, we'll need a little bit of luck with the barriers, but they look an even bunch of rides. So hopefully we get a little bit of luck in the run, and they'll be figuring in the finish somewhere abouts anyway. So looking forward to it.
Is it easy to pick up the thread, just to arrive at a racecourse like Happy Valley and just jump on? I think you've got a couple of earlier rides, haven't you, just to find your feet?
Yeah, no, we've got 8 rides over the night, so we've got plenty of rides. So really looking forward to it. Obviously, Happy Valley, we've been there before. Wasn't there last year, but it obviously got fond memories of it. Had a little bit of luck, and looking forward to getting back around there.
Well, speaking of fond memories, this year's just been a dream, hasn't it? Melbourne Cup week, just extraordinary, very elegant, the icing on the cake. How were the emotions that week?
Yeah, no, it was pretty cool. Obviously, we had a fantastic week. All the horses ran particularly well. They all had their chances and performed up to expectations. But yeah, to win a Melbourne Cup was obviously the icing on the cake after a fantastic week. And now hopefully we can bring that form on Wednesday night in the IJC.
Just on those horses as well, I heard Chris Waller talking maybe international campaigns for Very Elegant and a few other stars. That'd be exciting next season.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, there's a bit of water to go under the bridge, but they're penciled in to head over there. Very Elegant, Nature Strip, Home Affairs, who's a very exciting 3-year-old as well. So there's plenty to look forward to, and hopefully we get a chance to travel those great old horses and compete against the best overseas.
And if you're on the road with those sort of horses as well, there's always a couple of spare stables here. You can stop in on your way back to Australia if you want, December next year. Yeah,
hopefully. Anyway, it'll be very good.
Excellent. Well, great to have you on today, James. Looking forward to seeing you in action on Wednesday night as well. Very best of luck to you.
Thank you very much.
All right. So thanks to James McDonald. We can move on now and welcome in the British duo of Tom Marquand and Holly Doyle, who joined the contest for the second time as the two world's racing most rapidly ascending stars, aged 23 and 25 respectively. The couple sealed 3rd and 5th place in the 2021 British Flat Racing Championship. Both made their Longines IJC debuts last year. And in 2020, Doyle became the first female rider to win a leg of the IJC, allowing her to finish joint 3rd with Alexis Bedell in the contest. I'm very pleased to say they join us now on the line as well. Tom and Holly, I know it's been a really busy 24 hours for you, so we'll try and keep it short. Thank you for your time today. But despite all that, Holly, I'm sure you're really excited to be back.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the IJC tomorrow. Obviously, had a bit of luck last year, so I'm hoping that one of my rides can come in or, have a bit of luck, really. It's one of those, isn't it, where you need things to be on your side. Absolutely.
But Tom, one of the bonuses about all this is that you can actually quarantine together, if nothing else.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's a tactical sort of plus or a minus, but no, look, in all seriousness, it's absolutely fantastic to be back because, last year, obviously the Hong Kong Jockey Club moved heaven and earth for us to be here, and sadly, with the COVID situation, they've had to again. But look, we're blessed to even have got here once again, and really looking forward to tomorrow night.
All right, we'll talk about your rides in a second. But Holly, just on last year, I mean, that was just a whirlwind for you, I suppose, winning that final leg, and straight away you're on the podium then in 3rd place. What are your memories of your first time here?
Yeah, it was awesome. I got a real buzz. Although there were no crowds last year, I got a right buzz off it. I love riding the track, and I got a real. I really enjoyed it, the dynamics of everything, really. So it's great to be back.
Well, there will be a crowd this time, so there should be a real atmosphere on course. And Tom, you've got some really good rides coming up on Wednesday night. I thought your ride in the first Awesome Treasure looks like a real life chance. But how difficult is it for you, the fact that you haven't ridden here for a year, you just arrived straight to the track. This is 1,000 metres as well. You're going to be on speed. Am I making more of it? You just get on with it, or there are some difficulties involved in all of that?
I mean, look, it's certainly a factor, but fortunately, sort of the more you start travelling, the better you get at sort of arriving where you arrive and just jumping straight into it. So look, it certainly wouldn't be something that would enter my mind as a problem. But really look forward to sort of riding him. He looks like the main one for tomorrow night. They drew well as well, so obviously around Happy Valley is pretty key. So really hoping that my sort of IJC can get off to a good start this year.
Yeah, and get a win in the first leg, pick up a couple more points along the way. It could be in line as well. And Ollie, you won the final leg last year, and it might well be that that's your best ride as well on Wednesday night, winning methods in the last. I know you've probably haven't delved into the form too deeply, but he looks like a real strong chance.
Yeah, it looks that way. He's dropping down in class. He's drawn well. He's my only ride that is drawn well, but and he's been running ever so consistently, and I think he was third last time out, staying on. So he probably would be my best ride on the night. Looking ahead then, I know you're not sticking around, Holly, it's just straight back to the UK for you. But Tom, you're going to be here on the weekend as well for the big international races and Dubai Honour. He'd have to have a big chance. It's a very strong race, the Cup this year, but you'd be excited about him?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hanging around for him on Sunday. He's, he's been nothing short of a revelation really this season, the progression he's shown, and obviously he finished off his sort of UK season, finishing second in the Champions Stakes. So that was a super run, and hopefully his progression hasn't stopped and he can come into Sunday and go a step on from that again. So as you say, it's a really tough race, and no Group 1s are easy in Hong Kong, and just fingers crossed he's taken the travel well, arrived in the best order that he can, and he can put in a good performance. Holly, you're coming off a great season again. Two of your stars stood up and delivered true shining. I know Glenn Shield didn't actually win this year, but he put up some mighty performances. I was going to ask you, any chance we can get them out next year, but I don't think they'd necessarily enjoy the quicker conditions here at Sha Tin, would they? No, unfortunately, both of those horses are pretty ground dependent, so I don't think we'll be seeing them around Sha Tin next year. All right, we'll see if we can find you another mount somewhere else. But just wrapping up, I suppose, guys, it's been a very busy year for you all round. How do you cope then I know you're not the only hard-working couple in racing, but up early in the morning, riding out for different trainers, going to different race courses, maybe day meetings, evening meetings, north and south of England. It's 6-7 days a week, 12 months of the year. That's got to take its toll, hasn't it, Holly? I suppose it does, but it's something that I don't know much different, and it's something that we're kind of used to now. Obviously, you don't get many days off, but for me, it's worth it completely. But it can take its toll, but it's going well at the moment, so we're making the most of it. Yeah. What if I told you, Tom, there was a place that existed that only raced twice a week? Maximum was like a half-hour drive to an evening meeting. Let's say on a Wednesday night. The other race courses on your doorstep, you could walk there. All the trainers are in the same spot. You could walk there from your front door to track work. And when you weren't riding track work or racing, you had the rest of the week to yourself as well for mind, body, and soul sort of stuff. Hiking, cycling. I know you love cycling, Holly. There'd be plenty of time for that. Is that something you could be interested in, do you think? Yeah, I think definitely at some point would love to give it a go. Yeah, and I can even, Tom, just to sweeten the deal, I can give you the summer off. How about that? 4 weeks holiday. You know, right from September to July. The holiday sounds good. No, in all seriousness, it's incredible the structure that you guys have over here. Obviously we're pretty busy in England, and that's the way it is. But it's certainly something to sort of open your eyes to, and something that I'm sure one day we'll look forward to being able to do. Yeah, well, you don't even make a decision. I know a guy. That's all I'm saying. So just think about it. All right, well, best of luck on Wednesday night. I'm sure you do brilliantly. And Holly, safe travels back to the UK. And Tom, good luck on Sunday as well with Dubai. And I'm sure it's going to be great. Thanks very much, Jeff. Thanks very much. All right, Tom and Holly, of course, at the IJC then on Wednesday night. Great to have them, James McDonald, Damien Lane as well. They'll be joined by the international riders, of course, by Yuga Kawada, by Lyle Hewitson, Mikel Barcelona, and the reigning Longines world best jockey. And that, of course, is Ryan Moore. We will continue to look at the exciting lineup for the Longines IJC, including our 4 Hong Kong-based jockeys. We can welcome Zach Purton, Alexi Bedell, Joe Moreira, and Vincent Ho as well. Gentlemen, welcome. I know we're looking forward to a big Wednesday night and Sunday as well. I've got lots of questions for you, but Zach, we'll start off with you as defending champion here for the IJC meeting. You've won it twice now, of course, looking for a record equaling third victory, and then looking forward to a big Sunday as well. And just to cap it all as well, you had quite a good weekend with a double at Sha Tin, which has meant you broke a
small records on the weekend as well. I don't have the exact number in front of me, but in terms of prize money you've now earned, it's, let's just say 1.5 billion, give or take, something like that.
Yeah, it's not a bad record to have. I knew it was coming up, so it gave me some motivation, and now that I've got it, you know, every meeting's going to be a new record, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, helped in some part by champions you've ridden, Exultant and Beauty Generation. They're the two leading money earners all time in Hong Kong, so that's certainly helped, hasn't it?
Yeah, of course it has so far. You know, we've got Golden 60 coming up pretty quickly behind us, but so far, yeah, they hold the records, and being associated with them, it definitely helped.
Yeah, well, I think his next win, Vincent, Golden 60, you'll leapfrog Exultant. You'll go into second place on the money earners list.
I don't keep track of the records, to be honest, but yeah.
Good record to have. And Joe, you're not far behind Zach and Douglas as well. I don't know if you've got the calculator out, keeping tabs as well.
I honestly haven't been counting that, to be honest. Zach has done an amazing job to reach that mark, and he certainly deserves that.
All right, well, let's talk about Wednesday night first. Zach, defending champion. You've got Circuit 7, Glorious Lever, Amazing One Plus, and Shining Gem. What's your thoughts on your book there?
Yeah, I think they're okay. I don't have a standout or a horse I can rely on there, but I've got a couple of gates that may be able to help them. And like in any race here in Hong Kong, it will come down to the tempo of the race and the luck that we have.
Yeah. I think from memory, Alexi, Zach was a bit down on his rides last year as well, and then before you know it, he's on the stage holding the trophy.
Yeah, correct. I don't know what to say, but to me it looks very competitive and very exciting.
Yeah, I think the new format, Zach, with the way the rides are distributed, everyone really gets an even chance. It does seem like quite an even split across.
Yeah, certainly. They definitely did the right thing by changing the way that they approached it, and as we can see, it's very open, it's very even. It gives a lot of riders a chance, and it's the way it should be. So it's nice.
Talking about Sunday then.
Yeah, I think the sprint's probably the most even race out of all of them. The mile, Waikuku can run well, but you know, Golden 60 is going to be pretty hard to beat there, and the Cup, the internationals look like they're pretty strong, and once again in the Vars as well. So, you know, let's hope that I can be a player in one of those races or all of them, and see how we go.
On the Golden 60 side of things, I mean, you've been in the other side of the fence, if you like. When you had Beauty Generation, you were the hunted, now you're the hunter. How do you approach a race like that in trying to, you know, beat a champion?
Yeah, it's hard. Obviously, Golden 60s, it's very hard to beat him. You know, you go slow, he outsprints you, you go fast, you set it up for him. So there's not really a chink in his armour. But it's a great position to be in when you're riding those horses. You go to the races with a lot of confidence, and you really look forward to the day, and you just hope that everything goes smoothly, and I'm sure it will for Vincent.
All right, well, we'll speak to Vincent in a moment, but next up, let's talk to Joe Moreira, who also won this title, the IJC title, back in 2012, and has broken record after record here in Hong Kong. He's the current champion jockey, of course, winning the Derby last year on Sky Darcy, who we'll see on the weekend going round, along with Hot King Prawn, although Hot King Prawn will have a different jockey, as will Waikuku as well, who's provided you with two Group 1 wins. But Joe, going back to that 2012 win, the IJC, well, that's before you actually came to Hong Kong. So was that sort of one of the reasons, you know, you thought this could be the place for me?
That was a door opening for myself, for my career as a jockey, no doubts about it. And that gave me a great feel of how it works in Hong Kong, and also gave me a chance to show if I had or not talent to be here. It didn't take much long until I got invited, and thanks God I accepted, and certainly don't regret.
Now you're riding Happy Valley week after week. Does that give you an advantage, you think, over the visiting riders? They're all top-class riders, obviously, but home ground advantage, is there anything in that?
That is always an advantage if you ride every week in Happy Valley, because it is a very tricky track. We all know it. But as you mentioned yourself, the riders coming over here, they talent riders, and you as a local jockey, still you have to come up with your A game, otherwise you're surely going to get beaten. They're good riders.
Yeah. On your rides for Wednesday night, Telecom Rocket, Red Brick Fighter, Red Majesty and Classic Posh, they're two good rides.
Yeah, not too bad. In particular, the gates they've got, all of them has got decent gates, and I should have every chance from there. I mean, I should be giving every ride of mine every chance to be competitive. So hopefully some of them go there and do what we expect, which is to win the race. And then when it comes to the last few legs of the Jockey's Challenge, hopefully we can keep on gripping points, which is going to be essential if you want to be competitive.
Yeah,
It's no doubt a very unique challenge for all of us jockeys, and I just love the atmosphere created around this week, you know, because it is exciting.
Speaking of points, Alexei, are you in the weighing room writing down your numbers, or even beforehand thinking, I can get 4 points on that one, 6 points here, I'm in with a chance if I run third in the last leg, or you just lock it up?
No, I like to keep the suspense.
Just go for the last leg and whatever happens. And just on one of Joe's rides, Zach, Reg Majesty, you've won on him a couple of times. He's got a great record here.
Yeah, I have. He likes to be ridden quiet, Joe. So.
Yeah, drop
Just
him
put him
out
to
the
sleep
back.
out the back.
I'll take it.
Joe, just quickly on your weekend rides as well. Glory Vase, back again. You'd be excited about that. Courier Wonder, Sky Darcy and Ishii Iguazu for Japan. So 2 Japanese rides.
Yeah, they no doubt strong rides. I mean, they're going to be very competitive. In particular, Glory Vase, who has won the Vase 2 years ago in 2019. Apparently, he's in great form as his last run was outstanding. And I know it's a strong race, but he has proven before that he's capable. So I'm very hopeful about him.
All right, good luck, 4 book rides there. We can speak to Alexei Badel now, and Alexei, of course, firmly established of one of Hong Kong's leading riders now, and finished 3rd in the IJC, joined 3rd last year as well. We're looking to go a couple of places better. Of course, Alexei now associated with Group 1 winning sprinter in Wellington, who was just superb in last year's Chairman's Sprint Prize. And Alexei, he's one of 2 rides for you on the weekend, Wellington. You go into Sunday with high hopes, wouldn't you?
Yes, definitely. We all know that the previous race was difficult for him because he came back from a long break, 7 months off the track, and also his preparation was a little bit interrupted, so it wasn't ideal. And I expect him to come back to his best level on Sunday. So no doubt he's one of the top sprinters at the moment in Hong Kong, so I believe in our chances.
He looks like a horse that just oozes quality and class. Does he feel like that when you're riding him as well?
Yes, he's a very talented horse. Naturally, he's got the abilities and he's got the turn of foot you are looking for at the top of the Group 1 horses. He's got that explosive turn of foot that is just make the difference.
And you've got Torbjorn Diamond as well, your other ride on International Day. The form of the Sarsai Ladies Purse is working out well.
Yes, he's in fantastic form. He's been very consistent this year. He maintained his form, so I believe he's going to run a good race. We know that he can stay the distance as well. It's going to be all about the draw and if he's got the ability at this level of competition. But I believe he's in good form, so he should run a good race.
All right, just on your IJC mounts, Fabulous 8, good chance. Janjian Rocks on his day or night, some sort of chance. Nothing new nothing new to you because you rode him last time as well. And Resolute, good ride in the last leg.
Yes, correct. There seems to be, most of them looks competitive. Well, as you know, everything can happen in Happy Valley, so nothing is impossible. Nothing new seems to be a solid chance. Even if he step up to Class 3, he looks like he's improved a little bit. I would say Fantastic 8, the trip in Happy Valley, 1,000 meters, Class 4, fantastic for him. The draw is pretty okay, even if it's 7, I think it's okay. Zhanjiang Rocks, I have a bad gate, but I believe he must be ridden a little bit more patient than he used to be with me. And Resolute, I don't know his record. He has never raced in Happy Valley 1200, but his form is pretty cool. So he must be able to grab some points.
Okay, well, I'll keep score for you, and I'll shout down if you're going over that. Let you know where you need to finish in that
Yes.
final leg.
I'll look at you in the paddock.
Final jockey we can speak to, of course, is Vincent Ho. Vincent, now associated now and forever with Golden 60, but has endured some great moments at the IJC meeting as well. Golden 60, Vincent, I know you hate talking about these records, but he's now looking for his 16th straight when he's won 18 of his 19 races already, and he's the defending champion coming back for the mile. How is the champ heading into Sunday?
Yeah, it felt really good. Galloped him this morning, even better than the previous race, better than the prep we had before, and felt great, yeah.
What does he do this week? Not much, he's just stretching his legs.
We had a good gallop this morning. Need to give him a good blow still. But yeah, we're really happy with how he is now. Feel very well.
The barrier draw will be on Thursday. Worry might be the wrong word, but are you concerned about where you draw in a race like that?
It's out of my control, so I don't mind. Any draw is good for me.
Yeah. Where do you want to see him drawn? One down on the inside.
Riverside. Put him there. Gives us a bit of a chance.
It's a really good lineup, though, the mile with these Japanese
Yeah,
horses.
it's amazing.
And you ride as well. Stay Foolish. Obviously, I'm sure you'd like to have ridden Love's Only You, who you won on the QE2.
Oh, yeah, I would love to. But,
as well, but you're still riding for the same stable. Do you know much about him?
Stable told me he has a good chance, for sure, and he should be better than what the result shows, and he should shoot Hong Kong track. And thanks to Missy Yagi, you give me another chance again.
Quickly then on your Happy Valley rides, though, Fairbow, More Than Enough, The Anomaly, and Wood on Fire in the last leg. Again, good chance.
Yeah, I think the last two, I think they had some form, and they won before, so I relied on them for sure. And I think nothing stands out, but at least some of them got form in there.
All right. If Alexi's not, is anyone in the weighing room counting score on Wednesday night? Someone keeping updated saying it did it? No?
No, I'll just do race by race.
Race by race. All right. Without naming particular horses or races, how many of the Group 1s will Hong Kong win on Sunday, do you think? At least one, you're hoping, I'm sure.
Oh, at least one, I hope. And I see if Alexi or Zach can win the sprint. Right. But I think if Stronger is on his day, he can be up there with those guys, because he have proven he has always been competitive up there.
All right, the Golden 60 is obviously the main one. For Japan, Joe, they're always very strong here. How many do you think they can carry off?
Maybe two, and
maybe
hopefully
you're riding
one of them.
Yeah, you're riding two of them. And you're riding all local horses this time around. Hard for a local clean sweep, but you're in there fighting.
Yeah, of course. We'll give it our best. We have the home track advantage. We know where we're going. Our horses are stable here. They're comfortable. So, they look like they're very fit. They're all ready to go. They've been prepared well for this meeting. All
right. Well, I know it's a busy week for all of you, so thank you for your time today. Good luck on Wednesday night for the IJC. And good luck on the weekend as well for the Group 1s. Might just invite Winfried back on stage here to wish you good luck as well, as that just about wraps things up for us today. Good luck.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you very much.
And very good luck.
Thank you, everyone. That concludes the IJC special. We wish you the very best of luck tomorrow at the Longines International Jockeys Championship. If you want to get the latest update on the Hong Kong International races, please stay tuned to our HKR daily interview from Wednesday to Friday night on our club's digital platforms.